Hello and welcome to your one-stop shop, everything travel related. Hello and welcome to your favorite travel show, that is Tourismus. I'm your host, Glenora Shipura. And of course, in today's broadcast, we will divulge in the latest news from the industry while swinging over to destinations that should be added on your itinerary. And then we round up the show with an interesting topic within Namibian borders or beyond. We'll be right back on the other side of this. Now, getting into our topics, we start off with the tourism statistics, which are rather showing positive figures. Namibia's tourism industry has bounced back to pre-pandemic occupancy levels, but growing concern over slowing future bookings are casting uncertainty over the sector's outlook ahead of the peak travel season. National accommodation occupancy rates in April climbed to 54.8%, matching pre-pandemic levels recorded in 2019 and slightly surpassing the same period last year. According to the CEO of the Hospitality Association of Namibia, Han Gitapaitsold, the latest figures signal renewed momentum for the country's tourism industry after a slow start to the year. Paitsold said April's performance mirrored the 54.7% occupancy rate achieved in 2019 and improved on April 2025's figure of 53.2%. Now, despite the positive outlook, Paitsold said that the industry remains watchful as Namibia approaches its peak tourism season from July onward. She noted that several key tourism operators have reported a decline of roughly 20% in forward booking inquiries in recent months compared with previous years. According to Paitsold, the slowdown may be linked to growing global political uncertainty, increasing international airfare prices, and stronger competition from regional destinations, particularly Angola. Now, getting into our next topic. Environment and Tourism Deputy Minister Anselm Marungu has urged stakeholders to intensify efforts to restore degraded landscapes and protect local pollinators to ensure food security and improve climate resilience. Pollinators are animals such as bees, butterflies, moths, birds, and bats that transfer pollen between flowers. Now, speaking at the International Day for Biological Diversity commemoration held at Korihas in the Kunene region last week, Marungu said biodiversity conservation remains essential for sustainable development and healthy ecosystems. He called on communities, institutions, and conservation partners to support restoration initiatives and make use of the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan to guide local environmental programs. Marungu also encouraged stakeholders to embrace digital platforms to strengthen participation in the global biodiversity movement. During the event, Wildlife Monitoring and Research Deputy Director Kenneth Wisep highlighted the importance of biodiversity and its role in sustaining ecosystems and livelihoods. The International Day for Biological Diversity is commemorated annually on the 22nd of May. This year's theme was acting locally for global impact. In our next topic, uncertainty around the management of hunters entering Namibia in relation to biosecurity and foot and mouth disease (FMD) risk has been clarified following discussions between the Namibia Agricultural Union NAU and the Directorate of Veterinary Services (DVS). The NAU said a government gazette is issued previously indicated that hunters traveling to hunt within the control area would be required to isolate for 3 days at a facility away from the hunting farm before being allowed access. The measure was aimed at reducing the risk of possible mechanical transmission of the FMD virus. However, the NAU argued that hunters should not be singled out as a unique biosecurity risk, maintaining that all visitors entering Namibia could potentially pose similar risk. Following engagements with the DVS, confirmation has now been given that hunters will not be compelled to isolate at a separate facility before visiting a hunting farm. The NAU said that despite the decision not to enforce formal physical isolation, Authorities stress that the principle of isolation and responsible conduct remains essential for protecting Namibia's livestock sector from disease outbreaks. Now, according to the DVS, all visitors, including hunters, still carry a responsibility to avoid direct contact with livestock upon arrival in the country. The Directorate emphasized that biosecurity remains a shared responsibility between farmers, hunting operators, and visitors. All right, that concludes our top news, which is our topics. On the other side of this, we will be getting into the destinations. First up in our destinations, we are at Okiep Country Hotel, which is situated in the heart of Namaqualand in the historic town of Okiep. Now, once the site of the richest copper mine in the world. NMH journalist Anna Marie Dutoit did find out more about this historic place from the manager Werner van Niekerk. Let's have a look.
Today I'm here at the Okiep Country Hotel and I have Werner, the manager, with me. He is going to share a bit about this beautiful hotel in this rich town with all of its history with us. Werner, how are you today?
I won't have to complain. Because of complaining, the churches are empty and the prisons are full. That's my saying every day.
I definitely agree with you. So Werner, we are obviously here in one of your half-egg chairs in front of the beautiful rooms in this hotel. Can you tell us a bit more about what type of accommodation you guys offer here, how many people you can accommodate?
Well, in the hotel we've got 22 rooms. Right at the back of the hotel is 4 self-catering houses. And across the street is the lodge with 8 semi-self-catering rooms.
Sure.
So we can accommodate plus minus 76 people.
That's a lot of people to manage.
But it's lovely when there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I also think it creates kind of the sense of coming home instead of being in a hotel when you're that many people. Can you tell our viewers a bit more about your dining options that you guys offer here?
Mostly we offer a la carte menu. Every day we have 2 or 3 different chef choices, which is combos that you can choose from. Our signature dish is the lamb neck, best where you will ever find, and lamb curry. And then when we have group bookings and so on, conferences, we do a buffet, which give a starter, a main course and a dessert. Also next level food.
Yeah, we've tasted some of the food that they offer here at the Okiep Country Hotel, and it really is absolutely delicious. I know Carly cannot stop speaking about the lamb's neck that you guys have here. Werner, can you just tell us what would you say the biggest things are that would draw people or that should draw people to your hotel?
Well, firstly, our motto is we go above and beyond. So we go out of our way to make sure every guest have a next level experience. We intrigue our guests with everything. We've got a lot of history on the copper mining that was here in Okiep. Next to the hotel is a smokestack that was built in 1818.
Sure.
And a Cornish beam pump that was built in 1881 by Cornish people from Cornwall in England.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do a mine tour with the people and show them everything. They get to take pictures. There's a lot of walking routes all over around Okiep in Nababib, Gugap Nature Reserve, Concordia. So there's a lot of things to do. We have actually every year a mountain bike race here.
Okay.
When it's flower season, then you go every day to a different route on mountain bikes, which is quite popular. We are already fully booked for this year, so yeah.
So please don't try and book for this year's flower season. As you mentioned, when it is flower season, it is beautiful here. Could you tell our viewers a bit more just about when that is and when would be the ideal time to book if that was what you were here to see?
The flower season is in August and September. That's the peak times. I would say end of August, beginning of September.
Okay.
But then it's not only by us. We usually guide the people. It's like a bush telephone. We talk to each other to hear where's the best flowers.
Okay.
And then we direct the guests to go there. And yeah, as this side withers, we say no, that side is still
Okay.
next level to see. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys heard it here first, Werner. It was lovely speaking to you. If you want to see the flowers, come here, but not this year, next year only, because they are already fully booked. But definitely when you are driving through, or if you want just a short stay to feel a bit more relaxed, make sure you come to Okiep Country Hotel.
In our next destination, we are at Desert Rose Guest House and Self-catering, which is situated in the town of Springbok, in the heart of the Namaqualand area of the Northern Cape. Our journalist Anna-Marie Dutoid did speak with the manager Gerard Swanepoel, who divulged more about this beautiful place. Let's have a look.
I'm sat in the beautiful Springbok with the manager of the Desert Rose Guest House, Mr. Gerard Swanepoel. How are you today, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm lovely. It's lovely being here. I'm sat under the most beautiful vines. We just wanted to find out a bit more about your guest house. So can you tell us the types of accommodation that you guys have here? How many rooms? How many people can they sleep?
We've got a total of 7 rooms that's available. The 5 rooms is our bed and breakfast rooms. And then we've got the 2 self-catering rooms that's also available.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what food options do you guys have here? Is it bed and breakfast, or is there breakfast, lunch and dinner? What can people expect when they come here?
They can expect a very nice breakfast. We can do an option of a takeaway also, but yeah, that's where we now. That's where we are now.
Okay, so you guys are serving breakfast, which is the most important meal.
Yeah,
of the
it is.
day.
It is.
What would you say is something that makes your guest house stand out from others in the area?
I think the friendliness that comes with the staff, and also our rooms are very spacious.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot of things you don't need in a room. Everything is there, what you need, and also what the people say, the view. If you look on the view, it's got nice views, and yeah, they feel very homely here. So yeah, and also the grass, it makes a difference. It does make a difference. So yeah, the people love to come here.
Yeah, I think when you hear Springbok, you expect desert.
Yeah, thorns and bustles and stuff like that, funny things that you can step on. But
I hurt yourself.
Yeah, I hurt yourself, stones, but now we've got this grass and everything that the people love.
Yeah, it's almost like stepping into an oasis.
I'm telling you, yeah, it's nice, yeah.
Then just a last question. I just wanted to find out, how long have you been with the Desert Rose, and if you were to recommend anyone coming here, what would be the one sentence you say to them to get them to come here?
Yeah, I've been here 2 years now. We did a lot of work, improvements and so on, but that never stops. The improvements must always come. What I can say in one sentence, come here and see what we can give you. Come and enjoy Namaqualand at its best.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much, Gerard. It
You're
was
very welcome.
Lovely chatting to you.
Yes.
I think I'm going to enjoy this view and the wonderful full vines above my head for a while more, and we will see you guys just after this.
I do hope that these places that we mentioned do make it on your itinerary list, and please let us know in the comment section on our social media pages what you guys make of the destinations we recommend on this show. We will now be taking a look at what's happening in our To The Point segment. Raphael Garcia set off on an extraordinary journey from Lüderitz, Namibia to Salvador, Brazil on the 8th of April 2026, rowing solo across the Atlantic Ocean in his ocean rowing boat Sata. Garcia intends to reach Brazil in about 100 days. His journey can be viewed via a link. Let's take a look.
My name is Raphael. I'm from Brazil, but I live in New Zealand, and I'm 34 years old. I actually work for a coffee franchise called Black and White Coffee Cartel. Yeah. So I came here about a month ago, and I shipped my boat from New Zealand And it took 3 months to get here. You got here at the start of March, and my plan is to row all the way from here. And my objective is to reach Brazil in about 100 days. Yeah, so my boat, it's got an ocean rowing boat called SATA. It's got all of the safety systems and redundancies that one of these boats should have. So it's self-riding, it's self-draining. I have a part of the boat where I can row, and then the rest of the boat's pretty much storage, and the cabin where I sleep when it's when I go inside, where I go inside when it's time to sleep or when it's too stormy. The main thing is that the boat needs to be self-draining, so it'll get flooded, so it needs to be self-draining. And the main thing is that it's self-riding, so on the storms, as the boat capsizes, I need to have enough weight at the bottom of the boat, so there is self-riding momentum when I capsize at sea, so the boat comes back upright on its own, if I'm inside or if I'm outside. The big part is the challenge. You know, I think things will be quite hard out there. So I read a book written about 40 years ago about a guy that he left here and reached Brazil 100 days later. And that's what actually inspired me to try and redo this journey. I plan to row probably between 8 to 12 hours each day. And I think it will just be mostly trying to make progress towards my destination and also correct my course as the winds and the currents blow me out of my route. So once I depart here, there is no stopping point. I'll go past St. Helens Island, but I won't stop in it. And the final destination or the next stop is actually the destination, which is Salvador in Brazil, Bahia de Todos os Santos. I'm estimating the trip to take 105 days, and I actually have food for about 140, so I should be covered. So all of the food is dehydrated. It's all powder food. It's pretty much what you take on a tramping trip. I also have some tuna and salmon, and I can fish along the way if I have to, if I need to. Yeah. I have a desalinator on board, and I pretty much just press a button and it converts salt water into drinking water. I also have a manual water maker if that one breaks or if I have a power outage, and I also have emergency water if none of them work. Yeah, so I've been planning this project for about 4 years. I started in 2022, and I've done a little bit of this project pretty much every day. Since that time, I was just trying to get a little bit closer every day. I was initially planning it to take 1 year, and it actually took 4. So it it just takes a lot longer and costs a lot more than what do you think? Yeah. I've had a lot of trouble during this trip, lots of frustration, things going wrong, especially when there were other people involved, customs, other manufacturers. And I'm just very happy now that it's just me and the boat. And if I want to take it easy or if I want to push it very hard, it's just up to me now. The hardest part will be the start here, probably the first 2-3 weeks, as I'm getting used to a new routine. I'll probably get sick as well. It'll take maybe 1-2 weeks to get used to it, and then I'm sure a few storms will come. So it's quite stormy just outside here, out of Lüderitz. So I'm hoping after 3-4 weeks, things will get into a routine and I'll be a lot more used to what I have to do. So I woke up this morning. I had a quick breakfast. I packed most of my gear yesterday. So I just had a small bag today. I was pretty much done today, so just brushed my teeth and I was ready to go, yeah. when I started this, I didn't know how to row, and I pretty much had never been to sea, and I had to learn all these things to be here today. So I think I haven't reached the other side yet, but I think we can make anything that we want happen. We can make happen anything that we want to. We just need to dream, have a good eye for detail, a lot of due diligence when you're preparing, and determination when you're out in the ocean.
In our next to-the-point topic, Selma Awala, the researcher of the indigenous knowledge at the Namibia University of Science and Technology, NAST, Professor Heike Winsker Theopolis from the Faculty of Computing, and Ralph Dakyuga, NAST software development graduate, share how virtual reality is being used to preserve and share information about indigenous knowledge and conservation. Let's have a look.
My name is Heike Winches Theophilus, and I'm the chairholder of the UNESCO Chair in Digital Technology Design with Indigenous people at the Namibia University of Science and Technology.
My name is Salma Awala. I'm the Technology and Community Coordinator under the UNESCO Chair.
And my name is Ralph Garcia, a computer science honor student in software development.
So we have been developing VR applications together with indigenous people, with the San people, with the Tokna, and with the Obahimba. The main aim was to capture indigenous knowledge and skills practices in a more embodied way for people to experience and for people to learn. The recent VR application that we have developed together with the Tokna is on ocean literacy, where we merged indigenous knowledge together with scientific knowledge.
For the ocean experience net, when it was created, it was the goal of capturing that indigenous knowledge. In this case, you will be on the coast of Namibia, between the dunes and the ocean. And just like the Topnar, you will pick up seaweed from the ground, and that'll teach you how they use that to make medication, as well as going to the bottom of the ocean, where you will see fish, but also learn now the scientific side of the application.
Other VR experiences that we have co-created with communities is, for example, the hunting with the San communities. So it's basically a representation of their hunting processes, because the elders mentioned that that knowledge is dying and it's being lost, and the next generation will not be able to have access to it. And now what we're currently doing is moving it into a space of creating a learning experience out of it, where the younger generation kind of get to learn how to hunt through the VR application instead of really hunting in real time. There's also the Himba experience, which we call a Himbaverse, with an exact replication of a Himba traditional practices, which we sourced from a repository that we built with them. So the aim also for that VR space or VR experience is also for the younger generation to learn key indigenous knowledge elements that the youth would like to transfer to them, because currently in the village they don't get taught those things because they are now in formal schooling. So they want to bring that VR application of the experience, the learning of it, back into formal schooling.
Besides the learners and children at schools, tourists could also learn about the traditions. So we have another VR application where we replicated the Starlaw stories from the San community in Tsumkwe. And so we have created the whole star space and the narration and visualized the different stories, so that tourists could come and listen to the stories or be attracted to actually come to Tsumkwe and experience the narration at the fire by themselves.
All right, now before I say goodbye, I just want to reiterate that we can follow Garcia on his journey via the link https my.yb.tl/sater. And that's all the time that we have for you on this wonderful edition of your favorite travel show, that is Tourismus. From me, Glenna Rashipura. I'll see you next week, same time, same place.